Law enforcement fights crime in our neighborhoods. The eyes and ears of the community can prove vital in these efforts. Stay vigilant. Your tip could crack the next case. This is a KLFY Plus exclusive. Acadiana Crimestoppers.
Welcome to this week's edition of Acadiana Crimestoppers, the show which partners law enforcement and community to help solve and prevent crime on our streets. In this episode, we will cover the crime of the week parish by parish. We will also talk Lafayette Parish's most wanted with Lafayette City Marshal Reggie Thomas. And we'll have a discussion with Peggy Bork with Louisiana State Police to find out more on what crimes they are prioritizing. We begin in St. Landry Parish. 3 people are wanted for numerous offenses. Here's more on who authorities are looking for in our Crime Stoppers report.
You're watching St. Landry Crime Stoppers.
Crime Stoppers in the St. Landry Parish Sheriff's Office need your help in locating these 3 fugitives. Tiffany J. Bell is a 39-year-old black female that is 5'4" and weighs 110 pounds. She has an active arrest warrant for theft. Her last known address is on the 1100 block of Renee Street in New Iberia. Lauren Blanchard Leger is a 25-year-old white female that is 4'11" and weighs 142 pounds. She has an active arrest warrant for accessory after the fact of second-degree murder, failure to render aid, and obstruction of justice. Her last known address is the 900 block of Canterbury Road in Opelousas. Joseph Nathaniel Butler is a 50-year-old black male that is 5'10" and weighs 175 pounds. He has an active arrest warrant with numerous drug and weapon charges, including 11 counts of illegal carrying of weapons, possession of a stolen firearm, possession with intent to distribute cocaine, and possession with intent to distribute hydrocodone and oxycodone. His last known address is on the 100 block of Key Street in Grand Coteau. Use our QR code on your screen or tip using any mobile device by dialing ** tips. Remember to download our P3 app and tap the app to say it here and submit your anonymous tips. On behalf of the St. Landry Crime Stoppers Board, the St. Landry Sheriff's Office, and Sheriff Bobby J. Guitros, thank you and have a blessed day.
If you have any information on this crime, call Crime Stoppers at 948-TIPS. You could earn up to a $2,500 cash reward.
In Evangeline Parish, police are searching for a suspect responsible for shooting and stealing from a man. The shooting occurred shortly after midnight on Sunday at the 200 block of East Pine Street. When they arrived, officers found one male victim who was shot in the left shin and left foot. In addition to being shot, officials say the victim's car was stolen and abandoned in rain. Also, approximately $12,000 was allegedly stolen from the vehicle. Authorities say the victim was a target and they could be looking at multiple suspects. Anyone with information is urged to contact the Ville Platte Police Department. Authorities have identified the suspect wanted in a Grand Coteau drug bust. Joseph Butler is wanted on several drug and gun charges. The bust happened last week on Key Street. Anyone with information on Butler's whereabouts is asked to call law enforcement. Lafayette Crime Stoppers and the Lafayette Police Department need your help with identifying the suspects they say are involved in a retail theft. Investigators say on 2 separate occasions the suspects entered Victoria's Secret in the Mall of Acadiana. The suspects are accused of concealing merchandise in bags and leaving the store without paying for the items. In total, authorities say the women stole over $6,000 in merchandise. If you know the identity of the women, call Lafayette Crime Stoppers at 232-TIPS or download the P3 TIPS mobile app. All callers remain anonymous and can earn a cash reward. Authorities in Lafayette also need your help identifying this man. Police say the man was seen at 301 West Congress Street cutting a bike lock off of a bike and leaving on it. That was the only means of transportation for the victim. The bike is a bluish-green Huffy Beach Cruiser with a plastic bag on the seat. If you know who this man is, call Lafayette Crime Stoppers at 232-TIPS. Authorities in Lafayette are looking for some fugitives wanted for OWIs, domestic violence, among other offenses. That's why we've invited back Lafayette City Marshal Reggie Thomas once again. So thank you for coming back. You give us your time every week, and it's definitely making a difference.
It definitely is. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, so with that being said, let's go right into it. We've done this for, what, 6-7 weeks now, so we have a method to it. So we'll go into our first person. Sailor Elizabeth Ross, OWI, first offense, committed the OWI in Lafayette, and fourth warrant on a charge.
Yes.
So
what that basically means is that she has been charged several times on not only the OWI first, but other warrants that we have had for her.
Okay.
But now we're looking for OWI first. Did not appear in court. You know, she's local, so it's somebody that I expect to get a call from.
Yep. You think by the end of the week, right?
Yes, that's what my hope is. A lot of times when we do this, sometimes people are from different areas, different cities, and we don't get a call about it. But when somebody's local, Acadiana normally steps up and we get that call.
Right. Well, we definitely like to help with that here on Acadiana Crime Stoppers. With that being said, our second person, Renee Charles Savoy, OWI, first offense, child endangerment law, committed OWI in Lafayette, and extensive prior felony arrest record. So he has a prior record, and an extensive one at that. Child endangerment law. So does that mean that he had a child in the vehicle when he was intoxicated?
That's exactly what that means. A lot of times you're driving, you're intoxicated, and you know, somebody like this we want off the street, and that's why I put him in. And somebody gonna call, you know, people care about kids, people care about their families, and if he doesn't, because he shows he doesn't care because he's driving intoxicated with the kid in the car. So he missed his court date. He has an extensive prior felony record. So it's somebody we want off the street, and we're looking for a call. Just contact the marshal's office so we can put him behind bars.
Yeah, because it's one thing to maybe indirectly put a child at risk from drinking and driving, you know, other passengers.
Yes.
But to have the passenger in the vehicle with you.
Yes. So we're asking, if you know who this is, it's very important to contact our agency, because somebody like this, we want him off the road, and I want him behind bars.
Absolutely. Here's our third person, Hector Chevelle Broussard, domestic abuse battery, first offense, committed offense in Lafayette. So domestic abuse.
I want to keep the record going. I have a record right now that everybody that we have put up here with domestic abuse battery, I get a call. It has not been anybody that has not been arrested after we put him up. So let's keep our record going, and next week when I come back, I'll tell you if the record has extended. He's a local person. Domestic abuse battery is something that I'm very serious about, and we want, if you commit battery, or especially a domestic violence battery, then we will be looking for you, and you did not come to court. So now we're saying that either turn yourself in or we will come find you.
Yeah, just in these conversations we've had, I know you, Marshall, domestic abuse is not tolerated.
That's one of the things that I'm so serious about. You know, we cannot tolerate it. So this is a way that we show anybody who commits domestic abuse that you will be, you don't show up for court, you will be arrested.
All right, here's another person, Dylan Michael Bertrand, domestic abuse battery, first offense, committed offense in Lafayette, and fifth warrant on a charge. So again, multiple warrants.
Multiple warrants, somebody that, again, domestic violence won't be tolerated. You know, I always ask people, if you see yourself on here, you're a local person, contact my agency. And it's very easy to do, to contact the agency and say, hey, I saw myself on there, I'm ready to turn myself in. And we'll give you a free ride. So I will tell you that if you see yourself, if somebody see him, somebody know him, he's local. So somebody will call. So I put 2 domestic violence this week. And I expect both people to be apprehended before the week is out.
You're going to be captured one way or the other, and that's one thing we want to show here. Travis Patterson, he was a guest on our show a couple of weeks ago. You guys were looking for him, and because of this show and the great work you guys do at the Marshal's office, he's been captured.
And each week, I will be coming and I will be putting somebody captured, because I think it's important that people know that this works. Very important. So one of the things that I will be doing, I will be bringing somebody that we captured and that we have arrested. So Thanks to the calls that we have, this is what happens. We get people off the road. We get people that commit domestic violence off the streets. And it's because of the calls that we get.
Well, if you're watching at home and you may want to help us, how can people go about doing that?
Just contact my office at 337-291-8725. 291-8725, and it's anonymous. You just call and you just give the information and we will pick the person up. We want these people off the street. We can't have people driving intoxicated. We can't have people committing domestic violence. So contact us at 291-8725.
Lafayette City Marshal Reggie Thomas, it's always such a pleasure to have you here on Acadiana Crime Stoppers. Thanks again for your time and for all the hard work that your office does.
And thank you for having me.
We'll be right back.
This is a KLFY Plus exclusive, Acadiana Crime Stoppers.
St. Martin Parish Sheriff Beckett Bro and Range Master Sergeant Joey Mayu are stressing the importance of gun safety and protecting our kids. They also encourage residents to take advantage of basic and women's handgun classes along with hunter education classes.
Hello, St. Martin Parish. Today I'm with Range Master Joey Mayu. And look, we're going to talk about an important subject that I think everybody should be aware of, and it's gun safety. You know, we try to keep our guns secure in a locked area and away from our kids, but there's too many accidents happening with our kids. And look, we want to talk about what the Sheriff's Office is doing to help you as parents to teach our children gun safety. Joey?
Gun safety starts with the parent, starts at the house. Education is going to be the best method for gun safety, and we do supply that education, whether it's through our hunter safety program or out on our range where you'll have a range master out there working with you individually. Come to us, let us teach you the proper way to handle these guns and use these guns, and then secure them at your house. Having a good lock box, safe that you can still access, but the child can't, is the answer to this problem that we have.
So, great words, Joey. We appreciate it. Look, parents, like I said before, the Sheriff's Office is going to protect you from the street to your doorstep. It's your job to protect yourself with guns. You know, I believe in having the right to bear arms and you having a gun. But with that being said, get on the Sheriff's Office website or go on Facebook and look for dates that we have on gun safety. Bring your kids. We want kids to be there and be involved. God bless. And look, be safe.
There are free hunter education classes scheduled for August 23rd and 24th. If you can't make those, reach out to the St. Martin Parish Sheriff's Office to find out when more classes are available. The dates of the handgun classes will be listed on the Sheriff's Facebook page. The St. Martin Parish Sheriff's Office has implemented a public comment portal as part of their accreditation process and is seeking engagement from our community. The purpose of the public comment portal is to leave comments about the agency's engagement in the community and delivery of public safety services. This portal will be available online year-round for all comments, commendations, or concerns. Go to the link on your screen to post your comments.
This is a KLFY Plus exclusive, Acadiana Crime Stoppers.
We are back on Acadiana Crime Stoppers, and we have state police with us. We have Peggy Bork and we have Ross Brennan with us from Troop I. So you guys have a lot of great things that are going on. Sudden Impact, we're going to talk about that. That's helping to bring the reality of drunk driving to our young people in schools and in hospitals. And we're also going to talk about the increase in attention to child exploitation cases. So thank you both for being here today.
Appreciate having us on.
Absolutely. So the first thing we're going to cover, we've seen a lot of arrests lately in terms of child porn, child exploitation, and that is directly a result of an increase in attention towards those type of cases. And you guys were talking about the SVU and how there's a lot of collaboration. So just kind of talk about that and some of the things that you guys are doing to really crack down on that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have a misconception and think that state police is mostly a highway patrol agency, but there's so many different aspects of state police on the detective side. So we do have a special victims unit, and yeah, we have made a significant number in recent arrests, and a lot of it's coming from partnerships. So we're having more partnerships with not just local and state agencies, but also federal agencies like Homeland Security, the FBI, also the Attorney General's office. So there's a lot more information being shared amongst these agencies, being able to go after these people that are trying to harm our children.
Yeah, it seems like the Attorney General, the new one coming in, she's really put an emphasis on cracking down on these types of cases. And it just sounds like to me, it's not that there are more of these perpetrators, it's that you guys have more manpower now to be able to go and tackle it.
Most definitely. And there's also, you have more education out there. You have hospitals that are looking for those trauma signs in children. You have parents and children who are learning possible warning indicators online. A lot of kids are now online playing these video games or just whatever it is, and they're knowing, hey, this isn't really looking right. You have child advocacy groups that are taking it and sharing that information. So I think a lot more people are educated on what those potential danger signs are, and they're also reporting it to their local authorities. That way we can do that investigation.
And Peggy, yeah, that's really important. I have 2 daughters myself, and this is always my worst fear. But parents have to be involved as well as law enforcement to be able to see the signs and report those signs.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, our kids are our biggest, most precious people in our lives, and we want to make sure that we are absolutely taking care of them and making sure that we're seeing those warning signs early and having that open communication with our children and sitting down and having those conversations and letting them know, hey, this is what you should be looking for. If somebody contacts you online, I'm not going to be mad at you. Please come to me and speak with me.
And as you were saying, a lot of this is starting and initiating online, and through a lot of these apps. Kids are always on their iPads now, and these games, Roblox, things like that. That's where the grooming process starts, and that's where parents really need to focus on, correct?
Yeah, most definitely. I think it's very important for parents to have a role in their students and kids' lives and kind of check in on them, like who you're talking to, what apps are you using, monitor their social media activity. That way they can hopefully pick up on some of these warning signs before something harmful does happen. And look, if you do see something suspicious, you can always call your local authorities, but you can also go to lsp.org, and we have a report suspicious activity tab, and it'll be able to be reported through there, and we'll send it to the right investigating agency that's in that area.
So the message going out is we are protecting our children. And if you are the kind of person, if you're watching and you do things like this, you guys are increasing manpower and you will be caught and you will be brought to justice.
Most definitely. That's our goal.
And in terms of protecting kids, we're protecting kids all the way through high school. Of course, they start driving. I'm not at that part yet. My kids are young, but they will be one day. And of course, you got a problem with these young kids. Sometimes they drink and drive, and bad things can happen. And through a program that you guys are involved with, you are bringing that reality to them. So can kind of talk about that a bit.
Yeah, so our Sudden Impact program focuses on impaired and distracted driving for those students who are sophomores in high school and beyond. So we start with our classroom portion and teaching the kids the dangers of impaired and distracted driving and what can happen when they get behind the wheel and the importance of wearing your seatbelt, not being on that cell phone behind the wheel, not driving impaired after you go to a party or something like that, right? And we bring the reality to them and show them real life stories and have real parents who have lost their children to that and come in and speak with these kids from a parent's perspective. And it's really, really, really impactful for these students when they really see it from that side of things, because I like to talk to them not only as a state trooper, but as a mom. I do have young kids, and I want to make sure that they understand that I'm not here to tell you you're doing everything all wrong, but I do want you to understand and maybe change your mind before you leave here about some of the things that you're doing every day when you get behind the wheel of that vehicle.
And you said you guys have a partnership with Ochsner, right? And you guys
Correct.
actually bring the kids to the trauma centers at the hospitals.
Yes, so here in Troop I, our partner hospital is Ochsner Lafayette General, and I partner with a trauma nurse there. And we actually go and they're able to visit the trauma room and see what it looks like inside there. They also are able to visit the trauma ICU after they sign that waiver and see all the young people that are impacted by crashes every day, and see, you know, you see these young people who are hurt and maybe relearning to walk or whatever the case is. And for kids that age to see that before they start making those bad decisions, because at sophomores, you're either getting your permit or you're about to get your permit, you're going through driver's ed. So it's such an important time in their lives to be able to get there and reach them prior to them making those bad decisions.
And so real quickly, what is your message to those young people in terms of drinking and driving? I know you guys have seen it all, and it's just too real. It's also real. So what is your message to them?
It's not worth it. The alcohol, the texting and driving, not wearing your seatbelt, there's not one thing that's worth the loss of life, and there is somebody out there who's going to absolutely be devastated if you're not here tomorrow.
Exactly. Peggy Bork and Ross Brennan with Louisiana State Police Troop I. Thank you guys so much for your time and joining us on Acadiana Crime Stoppers today.
Thanks for having us on.
We'll be right back.
This is a KLFY Plus exclusive, Acadiana Crime Stoppers.
Welcome back. Our partnership with law enforcement continues next week. Join us as we show you more wanted fugitives throughout Acadiana. Lafayette City Marshal Reggie Thomas will be here with us once again. We'll see what other suspects his office is looking for. We appreciate you tuning in to Acadiana Crime Stoppers exclusively on KLFY Plus. We will be back next week detailing the latest crimes to be solved and perps to be brought to justice.